Be awesome, be creative, be you is a phrase that I've used on this channel for quite some time. And after watching 99U this week, I've never felt more connected with that phrase. Let's dive in and tell you why. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say a massive thank you to Adobe for sponsoring this video, but these are genuinely my takeaways from watching some amazing talks from 99U this weekend. And if you really want to check it out, I'll put a link down below for you to check it out yourself and watch these talks and see how you feel after watching them and see how they inspire you. But this is how it has inspired me and reconnected me with my phrase of be awesome, be creative, be you. Now, the first one that I want to mention and the first talk that I want to mention was one by Lindsay Adler.
I'm Lindsay Adler. I'm a portrait and fashion photographer. I'm based here in New York, and I have been a photographer for more than half of my life. And
she talked about, in a world of AI, how we can actually stand out. And one of the things she mentioned about was finding your superpower.
I love this idea of what is your superpower? Like, what is it that makes you special as a person and your strength?
Now, for me, this was kind of like, not just kind of like finding out, you know, what it is that you are able to do. Many of us these days, especially in an online world, will try and look at other people that are being successful and maybe even try and recreate that. But that's not always what we need to do. Our superpower is always there. It's automatically what comes to us. It's automatically what is already part of us inside, and that's the part of us that allows us to stand out, and that's the part of us that allows us as creators and allows you as a creator to stand out and be awesome. And that's one of the things that I took away from that particular talk, was about finding that superpower to help you stand out and allow and help you as a creator be awesome. Now, the be creative part is where it really started to get interesting for me, because a huge chunk of 99U this year is all around AI and how that's actually impacting our creative process in real time. Now, there's a couple of talks that actually touched on this for me and made me feel kind of like inspired and also question how we're actually using AI. And one of those was the conversation between Stefan and Tim. And it was because just because you can hand someone a paintbrush doesn't make you a great painter or artist. And that's the same with AI. Just because you have access to AI tools doesn't mean that what you're actually producing is always great and what people are producing is great.
Does it make it more incredible if it's made by a human? I think so, right? Yeah. I agree, but I don't think it makes it any more impactful that if you don't know and it impacts you, it's how you feel.
It just means more people have got access to this tool. If you think about it, it was very much like that when we went from doing paintings to photography, to when it was film photography, to digital photography, and how we capture the world around us. It's given people more access. Even now, we can pick up our phones and take a photo a lot easier than we could when I was younger. And there was even times on stage when Tim and Stefan kind of like almost seemed to disagree with each other.
I didn't like that analogy, but your next analogy I really, really liked.
But in a really kind of like positive manner. Like, they were talking about like how you could take a sketch and draw it out and then put that into AI, and how they then made that come to life in an actual real life exhibition. Again, I'll put all the links down below and the timestamps to go and check out these talks. But that was the one by Tim and Stefan. And then there was another talk by a guy called Bilawal Sidhu that was really inspirational, because he was kind of like saying like what we might have thought about doing, you know, where an idea comes to us, we might have thought about it and thought like, actually that's going to take us too long to do, so we'll just kind of like not even investigate that. But now with the world of AI, we can take that idea and we can put that into AI, whether that's coding or image inspirations or anything else like that, and we can go and explore, and even over a weekend we can actually produce or create something that is a workable prototype of an idea that we've had maybe on a Friday, and by Monday morning it's an actual live product using AI. And these talks were just really inspirational to show that how having access to creative AI tools is helping us as humans, as content creators, as creators in whatever, however you want to look at us, but as creators, how we can actually now do something really easily and be more productive and get those ideas out there into the world. Now, the last part of my phrase is about being you, and this is you as a creator. And we touched on this earlier with Lindsay, where she talked about finding your superpower and not just copying somebody else online. But for me, the speech that actually, or the talk that actually stood out, was one from Meg Lewis. Now, I really enjoyed her talk because it was all about her grown-up guide to growing down, and that was about how as grown-ups we stop learning to be creative, or we stop being creative in so many ways. The way we look around the world around us, we're trying to just consume and gather all of these possessions and be the best at owning the most at what we can do, and that's not always the way. It's all about kind of like being you and kind of like taking that opportunity to explore the world around you. Like, if you think about it, how would you, 7-year-old you, look at the world around you? What would 7-year-old you do now with the tools that you've got access to? Now, if you think about it, like, as you were growing up, how many times were you told, like, at your age, that's not the way adults behave, that's not the way adults do this, that's not what adults do? Who cares? That's it. People telling you to do things like that or trying to control you, or maybe they fear about being themselves as well. That was the part that I felt so connected to, was how now where I'm doing what I do, how I feel that my creativity, as I start working with Adobe and other brands and things like that that I've worked with in the past, how my creativity and how my feeling about being more myself has opened up over time. Now, there was so many more amazing talks throughout the whole session of 99U. It's all available online to watch over on the Adobe Live channel. I will link it all down below for you to go and check out some of these creators, bookmark some of them, watch them, take notes, and I would love to hear what you feel about being most inspired about. You know, is there parts of any of the other talks where you think, right, be awesome, be creative, be you? What are the parts of those other talks that you watch are connecting with you right now? If you go and watch them, come back here, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget, be awesome, be creative, and be unapologetically you. But until next time, thank you very much, and bye for now.